Things are a bit bitey for a while there, but I think we arrived in one piece, Kupo. Wonder what has the dragon so awfully snappy. I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse than usual. Yay! Oh, haven't seen. Yeah. Fog! So I'm trying to stay to the main story quest as much as I can, because I am very easily distracted. And I've been like doing lots of PvP and leveling other jobs and doing all kinds of other stuff for quite a while. So a lot of today I'm going to be mostly focusing on main story quests. But feel free to ask me any questions you guys have. Oh, thanks. Thanks. I got this slime model I made in Vroid Studio. I'm hoping to have like a more accurate representation of my vision at some point. But I got something in mind. This is pretty good for now, as one of my slime clones. We have a small problem, Kubo. When the winds are high like this, Sphere invariably abandons his lofty perch and heads to the lands below to hunt. And if you tried blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd even hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the wind dies down. He's off grabbing snacks. Another answer current. I thought I saw a gap there. I darn nearly embarrassed myself there. Cat's curiosity and all. Yeah. But yeah, I'm a slime monster, so it's kind of like built into the lore. I've got all these slime clones, so the shoddiness of early iterations can kind of be built into the lore. Really, it's just an excuse, but for me to be able to phase in and out whatever wonky models I feel like experimenting with throughout the future. Not now. Unattuned. I'll have to pick up some Zenith. Yeah. It should do nicely, Kubo. Winds will likely have died down by tomorrow, but until then, we might as well make ourselves comfortable. If we must interrupt our journey to close to its end, I suppose this place is as good as any. And mayhap a brief respite for the hardships of the road will help to clear our minds in readiness for the coming parley. Very well then, I believe a campfire is in order. Leave the gathering of fuel to me. I acquire a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen wastes of Korthos. Clear our minds. 'Tis Master Alphinaud whose mind needs clearing. True. The thought of meeting a great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Did you see him stroll away as if these ruins were not crawling with deadly beasts? Follow him, Nekagu, and see that the wildlife does not make meal of our young friend. We will have the camp ready by the time you return. So Stinian's looking out for him. Thinks he's gonna get his butt handed to him. But 2 points. Alphinaud could be in 2 points. Oh boy. Seems like something I've definitely been liking about the writing in this game has been that almost every one of the characters has had like at least one or two flaws. But like this team that I'm currently with, the team's looking out for one another, so like they're making themselves complete as a pack. Oh yeah, right on. I wouldn't say I'm too recent myself, but I've been more recent in the game. Played World of Warcraft for the longest time. It was my first MMO, and Final Fantasy is probably like my dozenth MMO because I got real heavy into the genre and I've been loving it a lot. But nothing's quite had that same sort of responsiveness and feel, like that snappy feel as World of Warcraft. But Final Fantasy's probably been the first game that's more closely matched my mental vision for what an MMO ought to be. Like, continually adding on to the core, expanding, like, the feature set of the game without completely invalidating things. And I like messing with lots and lots of buttons. I like having, like, the complexity of a huge moveset. But I also like how Final Fantasy XIV is made with a controller in mind. So, although it has a complex moveset, it doesn't go too far out of their control. Oh yeah. It's around the time of WoW I started getting way more into PC games, but I was huge on consoles for quite a while. I'm glad that they've got more and more MMOs coming their way as well. They've definitely had like more of a selection for quite a while. I've just never gotten into them myself. But whether it's like my friend who is like super into other online games, kind of like Star Ocean 2, or I guess Final Fantasy XI was on there. Elder Scrolls Online, yeah. I've never tried Black Desert, but that one always looked like a game that could have appealed to me. Elder Scrolls Online is probably one of my favorite ones for exploration. It's got that same sort of feel as like the other Elder Scrolls games where like you can be jumping up and over the terrain and you feel like you see a spot in like the faraway distance and you can always go there. One of my favoriteest MMOs, which doesn't exist anymore, but there's a lot of footage on YouTube and all around, and I used to play like thousands and thousands of hours, was Marvel Heroes. It was more of like a overhead, like Diablo kind of Path of Exile, like isometric kind of game, but it was an MMO style game. See, I was right to worry about the boys' safety. Yeah, no kidding. Once Alphanel returns to the wood, we can see about the supper. The Ice Queen has filled a pot with what looks like stew ingredients ready for the fire. Ooh, Ysayle's cooking. We get to sample her cookings. Yes. Yeah, we don't actually need that wood anymore. But thanks. I'm just kidding. I'm sure we put it to use. Yay! He made the cooking possible. Yeah, Marvel Heroes Online. I still look at a lot of old movies and stuff with that. That saddens me because I always wished that they would have done something to transfer that into a single player game. that beats the crap out of games like, what was it? Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Yeah. Very, very fun game, but Marvel Heroes had like that MMO appeal of complexity in the moveset. All the heroes had very, very complex moves. Few things compared to the simple pleasure of sitting beside a cackling campfire of one's own making. Yeah, it's always a little bit tastier when you work for it. Ha, so speaks the great explorer. Up until recently, you wouldn't have recognized campfire if it came with kindling and a flint. It would have made such a good single-player game. Yes. I still have like a small inkling of hope. I also have hope that the Spider-Man PlayStation game will come to PC at some point, but starting to have less and less hope by the year. But you never know. I hear it's amazing though. Makes you feel like Spider-Man. Looks good. 'Tis well you instructed me so patiently then, but yes, left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal to Ysayle with a pile of damp leaves. What was that, a callback to the purple smoke? I kind of remember my last venture out here. I was born the pampered son of a charlatan dignitary, and alongside my twin, became the youngest student ever to be accepted into the studium. Studium? What's studium? How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers. How ignorant of mine own shortcomings that hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, and led to the downfall of the scions. Dude, you were hard manipulated multiple times. We, all of us, are guilty of similar ignorance. How many men lay down their lives, not knowing what it is that they fight for? Never questioning that what they have been taught to believe? Twas only upon meeting Heavensward that I learned the truth hidden within our history. Were it not that chance encounter, I would never have vowed to tear down the Holy See and expunge the falsehoods which it fans the flames of conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance, and the truth has driven me to do terrible things I cannot deny, but I would rather sin in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous for persuading a needless war. This journey has taught me anything, it's the importance and difficulty of holding to one's convictions in the face of failure, of striving to always replace one's ignorance with knowledge. Yeah, if you don't learn from your mistakes, that's like the most important life lesson, is continually learning from mistakes. You are well on your way, Master Alphinaud. At your age, I was but a fool, swinging a spear, with scarcely a thought in my head. Even now, I struggle to acknowledge the misconceptions under which I have labored. I think they're all questioning things a little bit. Sitting here amongst these grand ruins, how can I deny that man and dragon once lived in peace? It means it's possible once again. But for all such an age existed, we are now in a time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. I may be ignorant of how the Dragonsong War began, but if we do not put an end to this conflict now, I can say, Knave, with certainty that I will only breed more vengeful souls such as mine. Just making enemies, dude. However cool you may be at it. In my hands resides the power to vanquish a great Wyrm. If Ishgard's survival rests on me wielding that power, I will slay Nidhogg myself, orders or no. Estinian, you gave your word. My word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Iceheart. Convince Heavensward of the righteousness of your cause. Yep, you get your chance. You get your one chance. Doubt not that I shall, Dragoon. Well, winds willing, we shall have our answers in the morrow. Let us sleep now and face our fate with the rising of the sun. True! Campfire was so cozy, I must have fallen asleep, Kupo. But do you know how the winds have shifted? They will have borne Helsberger back to the skies, above Zenith, I'm sure of it. This is your chance to climb to the highest floor of the palace and summon him with a toot of your shiny horn. So, I'll be heading back now. If it's all the same to you, good luck, Kupo. It was nice knowing you. Oh boy. He's got a lot of faith in us. Alright, let's go. Maybe I could pick some of these giant flowers along the way. Give it to him as a gift. I don't think he'll care though. Alright, ooh. All that energy in the sky. Looking mighty sweet. Wonder if there's there's different energy themes for a lot of the jobs. Wonder if there's one that specializes in lightning more than any of the others. I've seen Black Mage with some lightning. I think Ninja has some lightning? I'm not sure. Oh. So what's going on up here? Who are you meeting? Actually, Nidhogg himself? Even higher and higher. Oh. How are these walls so smooth? There's no way a dragon would have built something like that. He just ransacked the place, I bet. Alright, the gang's all here. I'm gonna grab this while I can. Just in case I don't survive. I'll be able to say that I did. Understand the movement of the winds. Alright, Ysayle. Ready to talk. All up to you convincing. Oh. I didn't mean toot. Toot of the horn. Hey. Huge. She better be confident
Gracevelga.
in her diplomacy.
By the 12.
Leave me.
Mine ears hear the tongue of dragons, yet the meaning rings clear within my mind. How can that be?
Yeah. Telepathy.
Gracevelga, Do you not remember me? 'Twas I whom you found in Dravania. I who glimpsed the truth.
Alright, so he is the one.
The truth about your past. About Shiva.
Yeah. Oh. What? You were supposed to... Alright. Alright.
Speak it I must. I have summoned Shiva's
That's how it's
soul
going,
from the
I
beyond
guess.
and offered myself as her vessel.
I thought she
has
was gonna
made
be
her
our
heart
key.
known to me.
She has made her heart known to me. Yeah. He feels her I mean, she feels her feels. No. Oh. Okay. The secrets of her heart are thine to know.
I have surrendered mine to her. Do you not see, my love? I am Shiva reborn.
Yeah. Her vessel. She's the vessel. Gullible fool. I guess not. He slapped that idea right down. Oh no! My love! The spirit thou hast summoned belong not to Shiva, 'tis but a shade conquered by thine own fancy. She fancies him. Gullible of like folly, my own kin were beguiled by the Dark One's lies. They attempted to resurrect the king. Oh man. Such gods are not summoned but created. That's kind of how a lot of the primals have been. Like, most of the primals have been... Like, a lot of the gods are figments of imagination. Phantoms spun from the threads of misplaced faith. It's like their own renditions of history. The spirit that answered me was but thy dream of Shiva. But she wants to bone! She wants you. Will you not accept? Oh.
Be that as it may, Lord Hraesvelgr, Ysayle's desire to heal the rift between man
All
and
right.
dragon is real.
She's humble
and it
to
has
the
brought us
core.
this far. We would spare both our kind and yours the ravages of this senseless
Yeah, she's
war.
still got a
Pray
good
join your voice to ours
desire.
in a call for peace and forgiveness.
Ending the war is still the right idea. Avarice, treachery, death. Thou would speak to me of peace. He's too jaded. Ooh, is he gonna use his telepathy? Fire us mind visions? 1200 years ago. Oh, I love all the world building. 2 centuries of harmony were to follow, during which time the Elysian learned much of us, not least that the eyes of a great Wyrm are the wellspring of his strength. So that's like their slime core. Their eyes. Interesting. I wonder if one was born with 3 eyes, or 1 eye. It was out of the selfish desire to possess the strength that King Thordan then conspired to undo all that our peoples had achieved together. Ring is mine. With the aid of his leal knights, that most noble of Elezen lured my brood sister into ambush and took from her that which he craved. We like plucked out her eyes, all Kill Bill style. Fain would I strike the image from my mind. He had to witness it? Still the scene doth linger of my brood sister's tattered corpse, defiled. They had torn out her eyes and feasted upon them. But they each get like sections, like pizza halves or pizza slices. What if someone took a bigger slice and he got more power? That was not all for their bloody banquet. The fiends had gained strength beyond that of mortal men. Even now I labor to comprehend the enormity of their betrayal. So they got superpowers. Yeah. Nidhogg was the first to learn of the atrocity, and he took to the skies, hungry for vengeance. So the OG is like still like the longest burning hatred of all, and that's who we came to talk with. No, wait, that's him. This is the good one. This is the jaded one. I thought he was jaded, and Nidhogg's like even worse. Oh boy. But though he slew Thordan and some of his knights, their fellow butchers knew only too well where to aim their spears, and with now practiced savagery, they set upon my brood brother, sending him flailing from the field. Such is the truth the Holy See would keep hidden, such was the beginning of the Dragonsong War. 'Tis a song my kind shall ne'er forget, even should 10,000 years pass and Ishgard crumble into dust. Just recently, I've been like watching the more recent seasons of Castlevania, and Nidhogg's reminding me a lot of Dracula, where he's just like, I'm done, I'm out, you're all gonna die. Just completely done with negotiations. He's like, it's game over for everyone at this point. Your tale bears scant resemblance to the one I was taught. Yeah. So it lines up with the Dragoon's past, just a little colored differently. Where the betrayals lie. Patching in the gaps for him, I guess. Nidhogg meaneth for Thordan's people to suffer for his sin to the end of days. That which thou imaginest a war of extinction is but a punishment, a siege of the spirit. Hast thou not seen those who tire of the torment, those who abandon their own? So, is Nidhogg cool with those who go to the other side? Is he just not wanting anyone to side with humanity anymore? Let's see. Know that all the traitors' progeny bear a trace of his essence. A single sip of our blood is enough to awaken it.
Then the seed lies within us.
Yeah, get seated. 'Tis for this reason that those who abandon their loyalties are rewarded with drink, and thus are they transformed to join the ranks. Okay. So that's why he would let them go to the other side. Yup. Become a dragon child.
Ye gods,
We'll let you be a silly
Such a
little baka
transformation.
on the sidelines.
Looked on as a heretic assumed the shape of a dragon. I imagined it some manner of Dravanian enchantment.
Yeah, so they're not enchanted, they're just gone.
If any Ishgardian, regardless of allegiance, has such potential within them, 12 forgive us. To think of all
Well,
the
if the dragons
we've
are talking,
slain.
then that must mean that their consciousness yet remains. Like, their form changes, but they're probably just, like, chilling out. And, I imagine they're inklings. Their thirsty times might have changed as well. He's eyeing you down. Only got one, but it's
Nidhogg did not simply raise
piercingly intent.
Now I have my answer.
Yes.
He has no intention of winning the Dragonsong War,
No.
for it is no war at all, but vengeance, an eternal requiem.
Oh,
sung
this
for
isn't
his
good,
murdered
actually.
sister.
No, that's not the answer you want, buddy. We can work this out. Oh, has the right of it, and he agrees. He's like, just put him down, dude. The futility of thy quest.
I have not come this far only to admit defeat. We can still return the eye to Nidhogg and beg
So I'm
forgiveness
still kind of
for
siding
our
with the
ancestors'
Ysayle.
crimes. Mayhap our words will sway him.
You could even see it on my character's face. Kind of sad. I'm like, I feel for you. Even though I don't think it's the most likely of outcomes. Simple matter for thee. Yeah, words are cheap. Despite thy visions, the deeds of history seem distant. But not to them. Still part of the present to him, as fresh as the blood that did gush from Vitashkar's wounds. If he could be driven mad, he could be driven not mad. Shiva could grind. So Shiva's grace has spared his soul. That's why he didn't go ballistic. And he's out. He's done with us. What's she gonna think of this now? Is she gonna help us further on the quest? Ysayle, you good? What false god is this Shiva? What manner of phantom have I welcomed into my heart? That's... Elsgar was every bit as awe-inspiring as I imagined. His voice fairly dripped with power, the will behind his words so undeniable that it transcended my ignorance of the dragon's tongue. 'Tis but a pity that I misliked what he said. Me too. I thought it would have gone our way. So far did we travel, even into the very heavens themselves, only to be dismissed like unruly children. Far from mitigating this humiliation, the hidden truths we have learned serve only to prove that our grand mission of peace was destined to fail from the first. So, Estinian's still with us. Will deter Nidhogg from his course. Beaches. Ooh, those are slick. I'll stick with the coin though. Use some coin.
Well, what do you propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
Like, well, let's go kill him.
What is there to be found in the east?
Yeah.
Nidhogg's lair, the area,
Lair.
is said to lie in that direction.
The eye tells me he's
The eye
near.
tells me he is near.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
You cannot still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word and aided you in this
That is true.
fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With
We're
the
exhausting
tale of
all
our
options.
ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
How else would we balance
Nay,
the scales?
I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war
I
shall
can't
die
wait to
with
become a
him.
dragoon. I'm very hyped for that class. It just looks so cool every time.
You yourself spoke of the Great Wyrm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground.
Yeah.
How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
Well, I am the warrior of light.
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And if the tales are true, the warrior of light has bested many an invincible
So those other
foe.
ones had to consume the eyes. I wonder why he's just sort of
But such
holding on to it like a
speculation is
relic.
meaningless if we cannot even
Or if
find
it's a
the worm.
projection of something he already
Our first
consumed.
task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
It doesn't seem like he's too bloodthirsty, though. I mean, like, he's very much going to do what he wants to do, but
Blinded by my own lies.
it doesn't seem like he's got a thirst
Everything I
for,
believed.
like, inflicting pain on the
Everything I
dragon.
thought I was. Gone. All gone.
Mm.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now.
I wanted her
And we have not
part of the
time
story to
wait
work
for
out
her
best
to
of
gather
all.
up the pieces of her shattered
like-
faith.
Man, I don't know why I'm getting some sort of Moon Breeda flashbacks. It's like all the women's who I want good things to happen for. Good things very much don't happen for them. They're very challenged. So we do just leave her here. Yep. False god.